What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Matthews back at it again with the Hometown Take Podcast, episode 14, coming at you right now, people. I hope you all are doing well, of course. I hope you all are having a great start to your week. Happy Monday to you all. Got a good show lined up for you today. We're going to be talking about the Braves, going to be talking a little Atlanta United, but first things first, I want to start with, of course, the Claw. Kawhi Leonard. He made his decision, and it's, oh my gosh, almost seemed like out of nowhere, the Clippers. It's like we knew at first it would be the Clippers. Like start of the year, start of last year, I should say, we're like, okay, he's going to be in Toronto for a year. Then he's going to the Clippers. I mean, it was almost like written in stone. That's how much it seemed like we all knew. It was like just a foregone conclusion. A year with Toronto, just, going to play it out, see what happens, whatever. Then he's off to the Clippers. Then he messes around, has a great season, probably one of his greatest seasons, if not his greatest season. Messes around, wins a championship with Toronto, and it's like, well, holy cow, why wouldn't he stay? Then LeBron does his thing in recruiting, gets AD, and now Kawhi was seriously looking at the Lakers. Now it's a 3-team race. So then free agency carries on. It gets closer and closer. And then boom. It's like, oh no. It's probably just going to be Toronto or LA. And we lean towards more LA. And then it's like Kawhi on Laker watch all over Twitter. But then, out of nowhere, we wait. And then boom. He makes his decision. And Kawhi is a Los Angeles Clipper. Thanks to Steve Ballmer, their great owner, and also thanks to Jerry West, the logo himself, and thanks to Paul George, because he's the one that sealed the deal. He's the one that got it done for them. Obviously, management was able to get him over. That's why I said, hats off to Jerry West and Steve Ballmer, the owner, because they made it happen, and Paul George agreed. If you guys haven't heard this yet, so apparently, the Raptors had a deal in place where they could have got Russell Westbrook and Paul George for Pascal Siakam. Well, he was going to be the main asset. It wouldn't just be for Pascal Siakam. But Paul George and Russell Westbrook could have been going to Toronto with Kawhi. Now, would have that been crazy? But didn't happen. Toronto turned it down because they did not want to give up Pascal Siakam, which is totally understandable. I mean, he's going to be your cornerstone. He's a building piece. At least he seems to be that way now, especially after his finals performance. I mean, in that game one, he carried them. So they turned down that trade, and lo and behold, Kawhi Leonard is a Clipper. So what I want to start talking about here is how Kawhi brought the NBA back to a lot of balance. And not just Kawhi, also KD and Kyrie with their decisions to join the Brooklyn Nets, of course. So let's break down the balance of the NBA right now. At least it's going to be really balanced for a year. Like, while this year KD is out, man, I don't know who's going to win the championship. Like, it's going to be crazy. Like, obviously, if Kawhi would have went to the Lakers, like, all right, like, that's a almost foregone conclusion. It almost doesn't matter what pieces they get. Obviously, they need some pieces, but they would have got something. And it would have been fine. Like, those three together, LeBron, AD, Kawhi, would have been over with. But I do like the move to the Clippers. But, man, the basketball mecca is now in LA. I mean, you got LeBron and AD and company with the Lakers. You got Rondo coming back with the Lakers. You got KCP back with the Lakers. Danny Green from Toronto going to the Lakers. He made his decision basically right after Kawhi. I mean, he came out and admitted that he was waiting for Kawhi. And not to follow Kawhi, but to go where Kawhi didn't go, because he knew the team that didn't get Kawhi would have cap space to sign Danny Green. So, smart move on Danny Green's part. Way to secure the bag right there, Danny Green. Also, the Lakers got Boogie Cousins. So, Lakers got putting a nice squad together. Jared Dudley also to mention. So, they got some shooting, got some defending. The Clippers re-sign Patrick Beverley. Of course, get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So the Clippers made some big moves too. They got a nice squad in place. So, man, Those are going to be fun matchups. That'll probably be a Christmas Day matchup if I had to guess right now. So it'll be fun. Or even maybe an opening night matchup. Who wouldn't that be something? But we'll see what the schedule when that far comes out. But let's get back on topic here and talk about the balance of the NBA now. What the NBA is looking like. So take a look at starting the West first. You got Kawhi and Paul George with the Clippers, LeBron and AD in the Lakers, Chris Paul, James Harden with the Rockets, CJ, Dame Lillard with Portland. Obviously, they got Nurkic too. They got some good pieces there as well. Rodney Hood, Kent Bazemore now. But going with kind of sticking with a dynamic duo feel here right now. You got Jokic, the Joker, and Jamal Murray in Denver. Now, also, they got a lot of good pieces. They got Paul Millsap still, so they got good pieces too. But you know what I'm saying. Klay, Steph, and Draymond, you got to keep that big three together. You got to talk about all three when you talk about the Golden State Warriors. But Klay is going to be out a good portion of the year. So really just Steph and Draymond. But now you throw D'Angelo Russell in there. So it's kind of three either way. Moving on to the Utah Jazz, who might be some sneaky competitors this year, especially with this so wide open. I don't think they'll necessarily compete for a number 1 seed, but they could. They'll be up there. Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, big two right there. Can't forget about Joe Ingles. They did acquire Jeff Green in free agency. Also got Bojan Bogdanovic from the Indiana Pacers, a nice shooter. Big guy there, can stretch the floor, so watch out for the Utah Jazz people. Dallas, they might try to do a little something this year. They might be in that middle pack with Luka and Porzingis. See how they do. See how Porzingis does coming back from injury. You know, they did acquire Seth Curry, so they got a little pieces. They got the building blocks there. They're like they're starting to get the wheels turning. Also, the Pelicans. Now, I don't necessarily think they'll be a playoff contender. Maybe they'll definitely. I think it'll definitely be a lower seed because you got a lot of young players still. Obviously Zion, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. But we'll see what happens there, you know. But balance, man. Balance is my point. You got balance. You don't really have a big three right now. I mean, I guess you can call Golden State a big three still. I mean, they still kind of got it. Once you throw Klay back in, you can argue a big four since they got D'Angelo Russell, but it's just not the same dynamic. It's not the same dynamic as what they had when KD was there. They feel definitely more beatable now, especially with Klay out a good portion of the year. So moving on to the East, a lot of balance there too. Obviously, Boston going to be in the mix. Picking up Kemba with that sign and trade with the Charlotte Hornets. Basically, Terry Rozier and Kemba Walker switched teams. That's all that was. But they also still got Jason Tatum, of course, Jaylen Brown, of course, Gordon Hayward, of course. So they're putting together a nice squad. The 76ers keeping Tobias Harris, signing him to that max contract. Still got Ben Simmons, got Embiid, added Al Horford. They got a nice squad right there in the East making moves. Josh Richardson obviously coming in that Jimmy Butler trade. So 76ers putting together a nice squad. The Heat got some work to do. They really only got Jimmy Butler. So, yeah, but they'll still be in the mix, though. They'll still be in the mix. You move on to, of course, the Brooklyn Nets, obviously, with KD and Kyrie, even though KD is probably not going to play this year. But you still got Kyrie. You still got DeAndre Jordan. You got some good pieces. Chris LeVert. You got Jarrett Allen. So we'll see what happens with them. They got a nice squad they're pulling together. The Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got Middleton, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Wesley Matthews, who they added in free agency. Got a good core there. Indiana, please, East. Watch out for Indiana. They are coming. Let me be the first to tell you they are coming. They added Malcolm Brogdon from the Bucks in free agency. They got Victor Oladipo, who's coming back, who was on a mean tear, carrying that team to the playoffs, a easy number 4 seed. when he was not hurt. He's coming back. Miles Turner. So they got a good squad. Do you hear all of this balance, people? There is balance back in the NBA. This NBA season coming up might be one of the best regular seasons, if we're talking regular seasons, probably even postseason, that we've had like in a while. Now, a couple of the first round matchups good. We did have a good playoff run last year in the second round. Obviously, that Toronto-Philadelphia series was amazing. That OKC Portland series was amazing. The Portland-Denver series was amazing. So we had a good playoff run, but as far as regular seasons go, this is probably going to be one of the most interesting regular seasons that we've had in a while. Just because all the different players on the new teams, all the matchups, all the balance, it's going to be a good season, and I cannot wait for it. So we've got some good balance right now cooking up in the NBA, and I love it. So let's, I'm just ready. Just talking about it gets me excited. But we have other matters to attend to so far. So let's turn the page to our Atlanta Braves, people. Hey, they did what I needed them to do. Last two series, they get 2 out of 3. Got 2 out of 3 against the Phils. Got 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. You're looking gravy headed into the All-Star break. Did you guys know that in over a month, the Braves have not lost a series? Yeah, they haven't lost a series since their June 4th, 5th, and 6th series against the Pittsburgh Pirates when they were at Pittsburgh. They won the first game 12-5, then lost the last 2 games 7-4, then 6-1. But since then, the Braves have gone on an 8-game winning streak, and they did that right after the 6-1 loss against the Pittsburgh Pirates June 6th. They went on an 8-game winning streak by sweeping the Miami Marlins, sweeping those same Pittsburgh Pirates, then taking 2 out of 3 against Philadelphia, taking 2 out of 3 against the Mets, taking 2 out of 3 against the Washington Nationals, splitting a series with the Chicago Cubs, a 4-game series they split. They lost the first game and the last game of the series and won the middle 2. That is the only series in this whole entire run that they did not win, but they split, so they didn't lose it either. But then after that Chicago series that was in the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, they won 2 out of 3 against the Mets, won 2 out of 3 against the Philadelphia Phillies, and won 2 out of 3 against the Miami Marlins. They won in exciting fashion yesterday. If you missed the game, won't recap it too much, but just know that Charlie Culberson is clutch. That's why we call him Charlie Clutch here in the A-Town. He caught a ball that was on the line, probably didn't want to run. It was shallow. It was a line drive. Man, Charlie put everything into this throw. So just to kind of set the scene, it was the top of the ninth. There was 1 out. Bases were loaded. Luke Jackson pitching. Neil Walker was at the plate. So lines out. And it was really a line out, kind of a fly out, I guess, if you're keeping, track at home or blase. Either way, in my opinion, it was too shallow and it was hit too much on a line for Alfaro to run. But he ran anyway on Charlie Clutch. Man, Charlie caught that ball, got a nice little running start, good jump on the ball, nice running start, threw it, used his whole body momentum, threw it home. Was a laser right to Brian McCann. Very close play home reviewed. Not enough evidence to overturn it. And man, oh man, that boy Alfaro was out at the plate. So that made it 2 outs. And then Luke Jackson luckily was able to get the last out with 2 outs in the top of the ninth and the bases loaded. And the Braves went on to win 4-3 and go into the All-Star break the right way. Great game, exciting game. Dallas Keuchel pitched a gem. Keuchel went 7 1/3 innings, only gave up 2 earned runs, had 4 strikeouts and a walk. So Dallas Keuchel with another great outing. And the Braves are looking good people. Shout out to Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman, Mike Soroka. Also, of course, the All-Stars, Ronald and Freddie starting in the All-Star game. Ronald Acuna Jr. going to be in the home run derby. So you already know who I'm rooting for, Acuna. I hope he wins. I just hope it doesn't affect his swing, because in history, there have been times where the participants in the home run derby have kind of gone into a slump. Not all the players, just some. So I just hope it doesn't affect his home run swing or his swing at all. Hope he just doesn't come back from the All-Star break in a slump because he, was trying to hit homers in the home run derby, because that's the only real time you're trying to hit homers. In baseball, other than that, I mean, you swing hard, but you're not trying to hit a home run every single time like you are in the home run derby. You change your swing up a little bit for the home run derby is what I'm saying, and I hope that doesn't affect Ronald too much when he comes back from All-Star break. Hopefully he can just pick up where he left off and keep on hitting and not go through a slump because he participated in the home run derby. But I'm still rooting for him to win because that is my guy, Ronald Acuna Jr. Moving on to Atlanta United. They had a match yesterday against the New York Red Bulls. I actually produced that. Of course, as you all know, I work at Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. And if you don't know, now you know. I work at Sports Radio 92.9 The Game as a producer. So I produce all the Atlanta United games for the most part. Unless I can't be there, then I don't produce it. But otherwise, I produce them. But anywho, so I was listening to the game, and really, the way the match ended yesterday made me think like, man, Atlanta United were over the halfway point of the MLS season, actually. And Atlanta United, we still don't really, I feel like we had that spark when we went on that win streak, and we broke the record for not giving up the most goals. We were on a nice little run, on a tear. But then we kind of fizzled out. Ever since we came back from the international break, we fizzled out, and we haven't looked the same at all. I mean, just yesterday against New York Red Bulls, started off great, got the 1-0 lead, then gave up the equalizer. Then all of a sudden we were in a 2-1 hole, 2-1 deficit. Then we get the penalty from Joseph Martinez, ties the game back up. We start to get a little momentum. Joseph gets that amazing header in. We're up 3-2 in stoppage time. And then we, like 2 minutes after the Joseph goal, because that was about a minute into stoppage time, and then 3 minutes in stoppage time, we give up the equalizer, Bradley Wright Phillips, and it was just so deflating, and it made me think, man, like, we haven't been able to finish a match in a while. And the voices of our Atlanta United on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game, Mike Conti and Jason Longshore, who do a great, fabulous job on the call as always. It's a pleasure to work with them. They were breaking it down. Like, there have been some games we really let go. The Toronto game earlier in the year, we just haven't finished the way we have been accustomed to last year. And it just hasn't been that same spark since we came back from the international break. So this is just a quick word on Atlanta United, but we needed to get it together, man. We need to find that chemistry, get back right, get focused, and have a strong second half of the season, because even though we're looking good in the playoff format has changed in the MLS. We don't do legs anymore. It's one and done. You either win and you move on, or you lose and you go home. So Atlanta United has to step it up, man. I'm trying to take this ride all the way to the ship, baby. Like, come on, man. I'm not trying to just produce one playoff game and then be done. I'm trying to go back to back. You feel me? Like, so hopefully Atlanta United can turn things around. But to recap, Kawhi, KD, and Kyrie have restored balance to the NBA, I believe. Really more so Kawhi and KD. I mean, Kyrie, I think he was going to the Nets anyway. But, they teamed up. But either way it goes, the balance is restored in the NBA, and I love it. I think this regular season is going to be one of the best that we've had in a while. The Braves have gone into the All-Star break the right way, not losing a series in over a month. Really just that one contingency where they split a series with Chicago in Wrigley Field. Other than that, they have won all their series since losing, again, that June 4th, 5th, and 6th series when they were at Pittsburgh. So the Braves need to keep up the good work. Oh, also a little quick nugget on the Atlanta Braves. They are looking into getting Zach Wheeler from the New York Mets. Paul Crane, one of my colleagues from 92.9 The Game, talking about 2 Mets scouts went to go check out some of the Braves farm players to see maybe if they can get some prospects in this Zach Wheeler deal. And maybe, just maybe, the Braves can get their hands on Zach Wheeler, which would be amazing. If we can shore up that pitcher staff even more. Oh, man, look out. Look out, Dodgers. Look out, Red Sox. Look out, Yankees, because the Braves are coming. We're not done making moves. I'm telling you. Once I saw that we got that Dallas Keuchel deal done, I was like, okay, we're in it to win it. And that's what I like. So the Braves on the right track. Just like I said earlier in earlier episodes, I hope we're not peaking too soon, but this is a good break. We're at a good stopping point. We ended it right. Help keep our minds right. Help keep focused. Take a little break, but then come back, get focused, and really make this run to October, because that's what we're in it for right now. And like I said, Atlanta United, we gotta get the train back on the tracks, because we're kind of veering off a little bit here. But that's all for today, people. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.